Welcome everyone to the Week 12 Hambone Fantasy Football Update. I'm your host, Commissioner Hambone. Yes, that's Commissioner Hambone. All right. Well, we have this is probably one of the more exciting shows of the year because we are just on the brink, within an inch grasp. You can even smell it. Yes, it's almost playoff time. So, in years past, I would spend an extra long show explaining every single last scenario on who can get in, who can get out, all that garbage. That takes up a lot of time that I don't have as of late. I will go over a few key matchups and how they can affect who goes where, more in general terms. If you want to, give me a call and, you had questions about where you're going or what you need to do, that's just fine. No problem at all. But let's start off with some highlights. This past week, as we look back, let's go with an exciting game that does still very much have playoff implications. And that was Fezzik and the Brute Squad just narrowly defeating Super Saucy Spaghetti 165 to 161. Fezzik got the breakout game of the week with that performance. They also earned the MVP honors by way of Mr. Kirk Cousins, scoring a total of 45 fantasy points. And that was from 449 yards passing, along with 3 touchdowns. So congratulations to them. This game actually keeps Fezzik alive going into the final week of the regular season. We'll go into that a little bit later. But again, congratulations. Next up was our game of the week, and that was the Kickin' Chickens versus Leland Lizards. Leland trying to lock up a spot in the playoffs, and they were unfortunately unsuccessful. So they are still vying for a spot. They're sitting on the 4th seed in the Cialis division, but it is not locked up yet. And Mr. Fezzik and the Brute Squad are nipping at his heels. So, but that game ended with Kickin' Chickens winning 149 to 123. They were, of course, led by Mr. Aaron Rodgers, scoring 33 fantasy points by way of 313 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. So, as we look towards our final week of the regular season, I was looking at all the games, and there's really only one game that matters at this point. The one that has really the most influential of all the playoff possibilities, and that, of course, is Fezzik and the Brute Squad. They are still fighting to get in. They would need a win in this last game to lock up that, to leapfrog Leland Lizards and get that last spot. Of course, they would need help with Leland losing also, but they're just fighting to stay alive. And it doesn't get any easier with their opponent that's coming up. That, of course, is the league-leading Kickin' Chickens, who are currently 10-2. Kickin' Chickens have everything locked up. They've already won prize money. So, it's really up to them if they want to rest their players or show up and dash some dreams. So, but good luck to you both. Alrighty. Now we're looking at some possible playoff implications. Who's going where? What's going on? Let's start with the Cialis division. It's kind of a logjam up at the top. We have currently at both 7 and 5 this Silver Bullets and 20 Minutes with Tebow. Looking at most of the scenarios, there was most of the paths lead to the Silver Bullets winning the division. There is one scenario where if the Silver Bullets lost and Tebow wins, then Tebow takes the title. And there was one possibility of both of them losing and the Roman Empire winning. But after running the numbers, it in fact looks like the Roman Empire can't take that title because of tiebreakers and such. In fact, the Roman Empire is actually locked in the 3rd spot right now. So Silver Bullets and Roman Empire Silver Bullets and 20 Minutes of Tebow, they are battling for the division. Even though they're not playing each other, they're playing their respective games. And one of those two will be our Cialis division winner and the recipient of $50. Like I said, the Roman Empire is locked in the 3rd seed, and they will play, of course, whoever is determined to be the number 2. And then the interesting battle would be, as I had mentioned in our game of the week, the battle for the 4th seed right now, which would be Leland Lizards are in with a win, and Vesic and the Brute Squad are in with a win and a Leland loss. I'm sorry if I got distracted there. There's a spider walking across the wall. Hold on, excuse me. Okay. Got him. Okay. Anyway. Over in the Viagra division, it's a bit more cut and dry. What did we have? Kicking Chickens, they've locked up everything. They've had the 1st place for some time now. And also my Burger Kings have actually locked up the 2nd seed. So there is a battle for the 3rd and 4th spot between the Nowhere Elder Dragons and Super Saucy Spaghetti, based on how their games turn out this weekend. Unfortunately, we do have our first casualty, and it's not for lack of trying. They were hanging in there for several weeks, but Mr. Just in Time, our defending champion, has been eliminated. They're currently at 2-9-1, so we salute you. As a wise man once said, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. Woo! And it looks like most of us beat you, so crazy. So anyway, like I said, the Dragons and Spaghetti control their own destiny as to where they want to go. Alrighty. So, like I said, that's about where we're at. Also, just a quick shout out to the Elder Dragons, as I mentioned just a moment ago. They actually finally earned their spot into the playoffs, with Just in Time being eliminated. So, good for you guys. Congratulations. Maybe I'll meet with you in the playoffs, or maybe I won't. Okay. 2 big points before we leave. As we finish this last week, we always have our weekly awards. With the end of next week, we will be looking at our season-ending awards, and there'll be polls out there for you to vote on for Game of the Year, MVP of the Year, and all that. So look out for those next week. And then also, as we're wrapping up this season, I'm preparing our kind of winter rule changes as we look towards next season. So if you have anything, any concerns or anything you'd like to see changed, tweaked with, whatever, I've already got a few. There's some that I had that I wanted to put out to everybody, and I've actually received a couple from other folks too. If you have one, just drop me a line, send me an email, give me a call, whatever, and we can talk about it and see if it's something would be worth while for everybody. Alrighty, well, we're going into that last week, so things are getting exciting. Good luck to you all, and thank you for another great season. It's been a lot of fun. So next week we'll be talking about playoffs, and yes, that's playoffs. All right, have a good one. Bye.